Hello there guys and girls, Alex here with Lucksack Games, and I'm here to bring you another league with turns. Unfortunately, it looks like the second half of the last league, which was very sad because it was an incredible half of a second league, was corrupted. So I thought the only fair thing to do is bring you an entire another league with it. Let's go. Hopefully this league produces games that are just as amazing, but man, that second half of that league, I doubt it. Alright, looks like we found our first opponent. Let's see how this goes. Not quite sure what we're looking to play against, except not burn. Not infect, probably. Opponent was not there, so let's try this again. This opponent's probably going to be there. Let's see if we win this die roll. We lost this die roll. Okay, not the ideal way to start off here. Because of the problem last time, I'm going to make sure we're recording. So this hand's fine. We're going to fetch first so that we can Serum Visions. Looks like Tron. See what they play. They grab Simic Growth Chamber. I lied. This is Amulet Titan. So we're going to fetch and then Serum Visions. See if we can have Force of Negation. So we do get a Force of Negation. We just don't get it till next turn. That's a little unfortunate. So being on the draw is definitely going to be a pain in this game, because if we'd been able to remand whatever they do on this turn, we'd be in a much better position because we'd be remanding the Amulet. Or Force of Negationing it, I guess, as well. Not this turn. That's the idea. Alright, so opponent's going to have 2 mana here and probably just pass the turn. Unless they have another Amulet. They do. Well. We're going to hope that these counter spells can go the distance. So we have Remand into ideally draw a land for Dictate. See if it's Pact of Negation. If it is, we're probably pitching the Meloku at this moment. If it's Azusa, we'll just remand it. If it's nothing, we'll just take our turn. Alright, hope to draw a land. That is not a land. We're going to yield through this turn. And we're going to discard Meloku. Trying to reveal as little information as well as it being a 5-drop. Hopefully the opponent casts a spell here so we can remand it. See what the opponent has. Okay, Radiant Fountain, they gain 2 life. 4 mana. Karn the Great Creator, that one's really good. I'd like to Force of Negation it, but I'm just going to start with Remand because we want to draw the land. So, good thing we started with Remand because we weren't drawing a land next turn. Hopefully we hit a land for draw step. We do. Excellent. Alright, so we're just going to pass the turn. Probably pitching this Time Warp to a Force of Negation. And then end of turn dictating. Who the opponent has. Yep. So we're gonna cast this. I guess we could also pitch a Dictate. I lied, I like that better. And end of turn, we can go ahead and cast our Dictate. So we're just going to fetch an island here. Going to that dangerous life total of 18 and cast Dictate. Ideally, we draw a land as one of our 2 draws. Then we get to pass with Cryptic Command up. We are that lucky. Good. I think opponent drawing an extra card is fine. As far as I'd rather have Cryptic Command up as opposed to playing a Narset this turn. If I draw into Remand next turn, I'm going to feel very fine with playing Narset. So opponent got to draw 2 cards there. Let's find out what they do with them. Slayer's Stronghold. They currently have the lands to cast a Titan. If they pact for a Titan, we'll counterbounce. And that should put them in a pretty rough position. Alright, so during the end step, we're going to... As much as we'd like to bounce a Simic Growth Chamber, we're going to bounce a Snow-Covered Forest and draw a card. Okay, our turn. Yes, we'd love to miracle a Temporal Mastery. That's great. So we're going to pay 2 and cast this. And then we'll also be able to get down Narset this turn. Pretty good. Let's go ahead and get down Narset. Alright, Narset looking for a card. We're going to go ahead and grab Cryptic Command and move to our next turn. Alright, on this turn we're going to go ahead and we're going to always yield to this. Time Warp. Targeting ourselves. Then we're going to Narset. Taking a Time Warp. And then we're going to fetch, putting another Time Warp on top. So Mystic Sanctuary, once again, going to show off its power by putting Time Warp on top. Yep. So we're going to yield to this turn, move to our next turn. Draw. Draw an extra, tap 5, Time Warp, targeting us. Mystic Sanctuary, targeting Time Warp. And that'll be it for this turn, yes. Alright, next turn, draw. Draw again. A little bit of the wrong order on those. So, let's take an extra turn. And I think that's fine to just take an extra turn. We'll move to our next turn. Draw 2. Another Narset's great. So let's Time Warp. The reason why we're Time Warping over Temporal Mastering, we can discard one of these Jaces. Alright, there's a land. It's because we can do this. Mystic Sanctuary, targeting Time Warp. Yep. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Temporal Mastery. Next turn. Draw Time Warp and another card. Cast Time Warp, targeting ourselves. Fetch, putting Time Warp back on top. Mystic Sanctuary is just insane for this deck. Yes. Jace. 0 Jace. Put back on top. I guess Serum Visions Island. Move to our next turn. Draw an extra card. So we're going to put a turn in the bank. We're going to uptick Jace on them. See what they're going to draw. We do not want them to have a Simic Growth Chamber. And then we're going to Days Undoing. Alright, our turn again. Draw. Draw again. Play the fetch land. Brainstorm. Put back 2 fetches. Fetch. Grab an island. Cast Part the Waterveil with Awaken on this Mystic Sanctuary. Like we joke, it kills them anyways. So I might as well actually physically kill them with it. Let's attack them for 6. Alright, second main, we're going to go ahead and cast the Serum Visions, see if we can set up a Temporal Mastery. I'm fine with both those cards, so we're just going to double top, and then we're going to go to discard. It's just Flooded Strand. Take an extra turn, and we kill our opponent if we do that one more time, so. Attack them for 6 here. We're going to Narset, keep the higher loyalty one, Narset minus, grab a Time Warp, Jace 0, put back Gemstone Caverns, Meloku. We don't need the infinite combo here, we just have them dead. Opponent is correct here to go ahead and gain the information. But we are just going to kill them in 2 more swings, so. They do know we have this Time Warp, so they are just making us kill them. Which is reasonable. We're a slower deck. We might time out. Let's go ahead and discard this Dictate. And kill our opponent. Alright, let's go to game 2 against the Amulet Titan. Alright, accidentally hit reveal hand, so opponent will have that information. Definitely want these Spell Pierces. Do we want Commandeers? Huh. I don't know. I feel like we don't want Days Undoing. I feel like Meloku's probably going to be too slow in this matchup. Maybe I want Things in the Ice. Maybe I want Hurkyl's Recalls. You know, I'm not sure. Remands are also fairly medium, so let's go ahead and take one of those. Actually, Remands are really good against the Titans themselves, I guess. Same thing, Spell Piercers are pretty bad against. Well, let's go ahead and take out a Spell Pierce. Send it in like that. So we're keeping Commandeer because it can grab a Karn, which, while isn't that great by itself, it is a counter to Karn. We literally have no artifacts to put into exile. It's, like I said, a really bad answer to Karn. We also have the option of Force of Negation it. That's why we're keeping all those in. I guess I'm good with Spell Pierce over a Commandeer, because they do have Karns. Talk myself into that. But chooses to play first. Our hand's pretty medium here. I think we can take a mulligan. Alright, this hand's much better. We're going to keep this and we're going to bottom one of these lands. We will Force of Negation and Amulet, but that's not what we want to do. Just like that. Okay, hopefully that slows down the opponent long enough that we can get some things going. So we're going to lead on the tap land here. Hopefully opponent does not have additional amulets. I don't think they do or they would have played it, so it looks like they're playing a more fair game here. Ideally we draw into Remand over the next turn or two. We're so good at this. Alright, let's pass the turn. So now ideally we draw into our 4th land for this Jace on a safe turn. Alright, so pass this turn. Second Remand is still pretty good, so we're going to pass to this turn. See what the opponent has. Looks like a Karn potentially this turn. Yep. EE for 3. Huh. They literally cannot tighten us next turn. I'm gonna go and Remand this. No. A little unfortunate that we miracled that. So since I want to draw into a land, I'm not going to fetch here, since it's all basics anyways that we're going to fetch. Beautiful. Now I get to put this on top of my library, so it makes it a much less awkward draw. Decided not to Mystic Sanctuary there, because I want to kind of draw lands off this Jace. I guess Force of Negation would have been the ideal draw, one of the ideal draws anyways, so... Temporal Mastery on top. We can survive this turn. We can begin to try and win the game. So let's see what we can do. Opponent plays a tap land. E for 3. Yep, EE for 3. That's fine. Yep. So we're gonna go ahead and miracle this. That's why we didn't dictate during draw step. Yep. So now we can fetch, grab Mystic Sanctuary, targeting Force of Negation. Yes. Cast this Dictate of Kruphix to draw an extra card every turn. 0 the Jace. Bringing back Serum Visions, Remand. And move to my next turn. Let's go ahead and draw both those cards with the Dictate. Let's go ahead and Time Warp ourselves. Let's go ahead and make Time Warp happen again. Mystic Sanctuary on Time Warp. Yes. We're gonna go ahead and Jace, since we know we want to draw the top card. Mystic Sanctuary is pretty good here too. I think it's just Serum Visions, Remand. And pass the turn. Draw a couple cards. Time Warp ourselves. Play Mystic Monastery. Target Time Warp. Yep. 0 the Jace. Put back Double Serum Visions. And I think we pass through this turn, and then upkeep next turn we play this Dictate. Yep. It's 1. Keep in mind, we can also draw a Cryptic Command to bounce this Engineered Explosives. Narset's pretty good here too, so we're going to go ahead and fetch. Thin the deck. Time Warp ourselves. And then 0 this Jace. Another Time Warp's pretty good. We're gonna double Serum Visions on top, and then we're gonna pass for this turn. During our upkeep, we're gonna flash in another Dictate, and I think we have this. So let's draw our cards. We're gonna always yield to these. Time Warp ourselves. Play a land. We start upticking Jace. Draw 3 cards. 2 back. Split this one and this one. And pass the turn. Draw 4 cards our next turn. We're hoping to draw and depart the Waterveil here. Remand's fine. So draw a bunch of cards here. Not draw apart the Waterveil. Let's Serum Visions. Narset Waterveils is a good one. We're going bottom. Jace. Let's see. Snapcaster Mage is enough to start ending this game. Sweet. So we're going to put this on top, this on top. Snappy. Snappy's going to target Time Warp. And we're gonna Time Warp again. Oh, one too many. Time Warp targeting us. Alright, let's pass through this turn. So we're gonna discard Serum Visions, this one. We're gonna draw a lot. Narset. Let's go ahead and Narset. Part the Waterveil. There's the card that kills them. Okay. So 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Not this turn, but next turn we will kill them. So let's go ahead and cast this Temporal Mastery. 0 this Jace. Put land Temporal Mastery on top. So it's 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. So we will be able to do it next turn after Temporal Mastering. So that's good. Discard this land, this Cryptic, and this Narset. So yes, we're going to go ahead and do this. Pay 2 for this. Okay. So, in order to avoid decking out, we're gonna cast with Awaken this. On that. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. We're gonna start plussing this Jace rather than zeroing it. No. And then we're just gonna attack in for 2. Discard this Mikokoro. During my upkeep, we're gonna return target permanent and tap all creatures our opponents control. Perfect. Now we'll take our draw step. Play a land. Cast Temporal Mastery. Take an extra combat after this. Tick up on them. Nope. Let's go ahead and move to combat and attack them for 8. And they're dead next turn. We already have a turn in the bank. So we beat Amulet Titan. That's a pretty good start. So let's go ahead and discard Polluted Delta. And here we're just going to go to combat and kill them. So that's pretty good showing for the deck if we're able to beat a top tier deck like Amulet Titan. So that's 2-0 start to this league. Let's see what we do for round 2. I am going to check the recording. Okay. Only because I'm paranoid. I did lose almost 3 hours worth of work on that second half of the recording. There were some insane games. Alright, let's see what our opponent is on for this second match. Raptor Nachos. He has a dinosaur avatar. That's so cute. I don't think this is it, Chief. So having Force of Negation could be nice against a number of things. But only 2 lands, a 7-drop. I think this one's one we can go ahead and send back. So let's mulligan this one. Alright, I think this one's a keep. I think we send Temporal Mastery back into the deck. Alright, we're gonna get Thoughtseize here on 1. Ooh, Elves. Alright, well, unfortunately for us, Elves is a little bit faster of a deck than we are. Alright, so what we're gonna do is we're gonna go top, because this buys us a turn. Because we'll draw Gemstone Caverns next turn. And the turn after that, we'll be able to Temporal Mastery. And Serum Visions. Winding Way, okay. So, Winding Way, choosing creature, got 3 creatures? That's pretty insane. Alright, so I guess we can play Flooded Strand out here to kind of mask what we're on, since we're going to fetch an island anyways in response to this Miracle trigger. And yes, you can respond to Miracle triggers like that. See what the opponent casts here. Probably a bunch of 1-drops. Yep. See if they cast the Elite here. Kind of wishing we had Hibernation in the sideboard at the moment. They do. Okay. They get to make a dude, which is great for them. Now they get to tap 3 and kind of start going off. Oof. Alright, well, we'd be conceding if we didn't have this Temporal Mastery on top of our deck, so let's hope it's good enough. Well, let's cast it. Let's play an island, cast Serum Visions. Well, I'm up on top's a good start. Let's go ahead and Jace is going to die. Jace is dead. So dead. But we're going to 0 him. Alright. Pretty happy with how that went. We're going to get a bunch of time warps in a row. I'm just going to play out their hand here. Probably a Shaman of the Pact. What is this? That's a Shaman of the Pact. Oh my god, does the opponent just have double Shaman here and we're just dead? Oh my god, opponent has double Shaman and we're just dead. Oof. Oof. Alright, well played, Elves opponent. Well played, Elves opponent. Alright, these Thing in the Ices are coming on in. Oh, Leyline of Sanctity is so bad. Now, let's take out these Force of Negations. Take out Jace. We would like to be on the play. I guess it's a keep. We have our combo. So we remand their play on 2, we Narset on 3, and we Daze Undoing on 4. Does that mean we don't take down our Narset? I think it does. Point mulligans to 6. So we're going to lead on a fetch land and pass. See if opponent Thoughtseizes us or plays a 1-drop. Plays a 1-drop. Alright, so we're going to fetch here for an island because we really don't want to draw more of them. Alright, ideally they play a 3-drop this turn that we get to Remand. Let's see what we get here. I mean, that's a 1-drop I'm going to Remand. I'm going to play it out again. Alright, so Island, Narset. And then just so they can't kill it, we're just going to pass the turn. Opponent might feel that we misclicked there. Here's what they're going to do here. Play another elf, 3, and then play a 3-drop. Oh god, slightly worse for us. Okay. Well then, definitely worse for us. I think we just take a hit at Cryptic now, right? Yeah. Like, we can Daze Undoing, but then they have 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So, see if we can hit a Cryptic Command here. We don't, we hit a Dictate. So now I think we Daze Undoing. And it's their turn. We have a Cryptic now. The opponent doesn't kill us. See what they have. Uh-oh, that's a real good spell. Makes us wish we had drawn into Force of Negation. Oh, that's a real good draw. See what they draw from Nurturing Peatland. Land. Let's find how much we're taking here. Narset gets to die to 1 attacker now, which is a little unfortunate. Alright, let's see what we can string together here. Time Warp targeting ourselves. Next turn. Draw Time Warp. Alright. A Mystic Sanctuary. Alright, so I think we actually should loop Cryptic Commands here. So I'm just going to go ahead and play this island and pass. And during their upkeep, I'm going to Cryptic Command tap their team. So that also leaves up Remand for if they do have a 1-drop. Alright, they did not go get another Clan Caller. And it looks like they're just going to pass the turn. Okay. I'm going to Time Warp here. I'm going to place Mystic Sanctuary. Target this Cryptic Command, and we're going to try and take another turn. It just... Yep. Just drawing into it. So let's take our next turn. We're going to draw a Cryptic Command. I can develop a basic island here, which I hate. So let's go ahead and 3 for Narset. See what we get from Narset. Temporal Mastery, that's expensive. Alright, so it's just Polluted Delta pass, and we're going to rebuy this Cryptic Command again. So, same play. Tap all creatures our opponents control, draw a card. I'm going to double check the mode on that. Yep. Opponent can go get another Clan Caller again, doesn't matter. Okay. Drawing Sanctuary there is actually pretty good. Alright, we're juggling, but we're staying alive. So, fetch here. Mystic Sanctuary. Targeting Cryptic. Okay, yep. And let's draw the Cryptic. Looking for Jace. Found Serum Visions. Okay, that's a couple looks. Temporal Mastery, Thing in the Ice. Thing in the Ice. I think we can string together enough spells to make a Thing in the Ice happen. So let's Mystic Sanctuary targeting Time Warp. Okay. Yes. 7. Cast Temporal Mastery. Take an extra turn after this one. So let's be mana efficient. Cast Temporal Mastery. Take an extra turn after this one. Play Thing in the Ice, and I guess there's no harm in time warping now. Oh, undo. Okay. Take an extra turn after this one. No point in using this as our Lotus Petal yet, so let's draw. Dictate. Alright, Dictate was pretty good. Dictate was pretty good. So we have 4 for Cryptic, 3 for Dictate, 2 for Remand already. So we're just going to go ahead and pass through this turn. Our opponent's upkeep. We're going to tap all creatures our opponents control, draw a card. Okay, do another Dictate. That's pretty good. Oh, opponent's going to be able to cast a 2-drop here, which we're going to Remand. Remove another counter from this. We actually should hold priority. Should we Remand again to flip this? No. That is a play that's available to us, but no. That's definitely not what we want to do. Is that not the first spell we drew this turn? Interesting. Oh, we drew off Cryptic. Alright, that's fine. I'm like, wait. Our turn. We're going to always yield to this. We're going to play this. We only have 3 of these here, so we get to Time Warp and then go fetch another one. Always yield to this, so let's go ahead and flip this around. Alright, let's begin sideboarding. Alright, sweet. We got a game against Elves. Definitely didn't expect to. I don't think there's much we can do differently. I'm going to go ahead and bring in a Force of Negation, just because they do have collected companies and such. Alright, this is a good opening hand. We're going to go ahead and keep this. We get to hopefully just that, and we'll go ahead and exile this island. Okay, opponent plays Nettle Sentinel. Means they probably intend to go off on their turn 2, so let's just go ahead and pass the turn here. No reason not to hit us for 2. Every green spell they cast is going to untap it anyways. And opponent has Dwindlin's Elite. Oh no, they can put that one back into their hand. Alright, so it's our turn. Ooh. Do Time Warp, which is pretty good. So we're going to go ahead and fetch here. Grab an island, and we're going to Serum Visions for an untapped land. Remand is pretty good there. We're going to bottom both of these. And we're going to Remand their next spell. Probably play a tapped Mystic Sanctuary. Okay, opponent's going to attack us for 2. Heritage Druid is probably going to be what they start off with. Another Sentinel is not excellent for us. That resolves though. We're going to remand whatever this is. Yep, it's the Dwindlin's Lead again. Into another Mystic Sanctuary, there's a little rough. But if we hit an island here, it's pretty good. So let's see. Island, Serum Visions. Let's see what we can set up here. Alright, well, if we get another turn, we're going to be able to get a lot of turns. Let's see what we get here. So they're going to attack us for 4. Down to 11. Thoughtseize us. Well, luckily our hand is pretty Thoughtseize proof. Especially with Days Undoing. AJ seems very reasonable there. Alright, so they have 7 power now. Dead in 2 turns. So let's go ahead and fetch here. Grab Basic Island, cast Time Warp. Once again, get all these in your graveyard because it doesn't matter. Days Undoing will shuffle them back in. So draw a card, it's just an island. Time Warp again. I guess we do it again just to make another land drop. So let's go ahead and do it again. Make another land drop, cast another Time Warp, targeting us, and let's see where we can go with this. Alright, that seems like one of the better draws we could have had, so we're gonna... I guess Narset would have been one of the better draws we could have. See what we can do on our opponent's turn. We did get a Force of Negation, so we're a little bit protected against the company. I think we have a Meloku Cryptic Command lock if we can just get another turn or two. I'm excited. Opponent gets a full new hand of cards though, which is scary as can be. Probably trying to decide what they want to play into this Remand. Which unfortunately we did not draw into Remand. Luckily we did hit Force of Negation though. And a fetch land, so if we still have a fetch land available to us, alright, opponent's going to go to combat, which seems like a good place to start on this. Block any 2/2 does not really matter. Opponent has natural Shaman in the pack, we do die. Thoughtseize us. Alright. Alright, I'm down to Force of Negation this. To get a counter off our thing in the ice. Now opponent needs land plus in order to cast. See what they do. Waiting on our opponent. Opponent is also concerned, I'm sure, about us being able to cast 2 spells to cast this thing, flip this thing in the ice, which is a valid concern. Well, if they cast it, we die. Opponent. What are we tanking? Well, I guess the Remand, but we're dead. Alright, well, we died that one. We were pretty darn close, though. I feel like if we untap, we're in a position where we probably do have it. Alright, see what we can do our next match. Match number 3, we win the die roll. I think I'm going to keep this. Lead on Serum Visions into probably tapped Mystic Sanctuary. So Serum Visions. Got another Mystic Sanctuary. Ooh. I'll put that on top because I want it, but I also want this Force of Negation next turn. Let's see what the opponent's on. I might hate myself for putting that Force of Negation up there. Looks like we're getting Thought Seized on one. No, tap land. Grixis control. Interesting. Alright, well. Let's draw the fetch land. Oof. Let's top. Play Mystic Sanctuary, pass. And I think next turn we're going Gemstone Caverns, Dictate. Alright, let's Gemstone Caverns and pass to their turn. Curious if they're that Sam Black Sultai control deck. If so, they only have Snapcaster Mages and Vendilion Clicks as win conditions. Alright, fetching and shocking. Ice Fang Coatl. Yeah, I think we're fine with this. I think that means we wanted to get Narset down this turn now. Let's find out what the opponent has for us. Alright, so looks like they're attacking and passing. Little do they know, we may have Death Shadows in our deck. Post-combat. End step, let's go ahead and try and resolve this Dictate. We will use Force of Negation to try and get it through if we need to. Alright, let's draw a card. Jace is a good one to draw. Since we did draw Jace, do we just make it Jace? I think if we can Narset combo them, that's just going to be the game. So let's go ahead and try and get Narset down. I'm just going to play another Coatl, which makes sense. Narset's going to come down. Ooh, Narset's not going to come down. Opponent has a response. See what they have. Curious. Let's find out. Overgrown Tomb untapped. Maybe they're just going for F6 value. No, untapped. Well, I don't know what 1-drop they could flash in here, but we're definitely minusing the Narset. Cryptic Command's a great pickup, and we're going to pass the turn to them. Maybe they're a Death Shadow deck, and they just wanted to shock. That's reasonable too, I guess. Opponent will not draw the extra card because of Narset. plays land first, I guess, to play on Spell Pierce. Whatever spell they're casting here. Is it an EE on 3? Looks like an EE on 3. Control, create a food token. I don't think we care about any of those abilities, so yeah, that's fine. That's fine. They made their thing a 3/3, which is great. Alright, so they're gonna kill Narset, which is fine. Guess we should have countered that. Oh well. I be. Time Warp there is a pretty good way to make it up to me though, deck. Thank you. So we just need to string together a couple extra turns here, so let's start with this one. If we draw a Narset, we can also go Narset plus Days Undoing, which is pretty nice. Art the Waterveil. Alright. That's one of our win conditions, so we don't want to quite use that yet if we can avoid it. I think we're just going to play Mystic Sanctuary, targeting Time Warp. Yes. And I don't want to use this because this is one of our main win conditions. So I think I'm just going to pass the turn. But it will get to draw an extra card this time. Interesting. Field of Ruin, we almost want to hit Mystic Sanctuary. And also, this turns off our Meloku combo, ironic. Oh, no, it doesn't. This doesn't even turn it off because we pick up the land as part of a cost. Nice. Alright, so opponent has 2 3/3s. If they attack us with both, will be pretty good for us. Okay. We are good with that. And in a turn, we're going to flash in a Dictate, probably, depending on what our opponent does here. Doper Spell's fine. Opponent appears to be playing some spice over there as well. Inquisition. That's less nice. Let's counter that and draw a card? No. No. Force of Negation that, and then we can still Dictate. Leyline of the Veil. Yeah, that one we're not too worried about. Guess we'll discard this Force of Negation. That's right, opponent. We have Force of Negation. We chose to discard it. Please don't have Spell Pierce. Dictate. Alright, our turn. Draw a card. It's Time Warp. Who could have expected that? Land? We really wanted land there. So we can cast this and still cast Time Warp. So let's hit the land here. Very good. Mystic Sanctuary is a good find too. I'm going to go ahead and Time Warp here. Overtap by 1. That's fine. Draw. Draw 3 cards. Double Mystic Sanctuary is insane. Oh god, and a Time Warp. Okay, so Mystic Sanctuary is going to target Time Warp. Yes. Alright, so we're just going to do 5 for this one more time. And then next turn we get to begin doing Jace things as well. Seems pretty good. Let's see. I think I have a Time Warp in the grave. I do. So, Mystic Sanctuary targeting the Time Warp. Okay. Yes. And then this is 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. I think we just tap out to part the Waterveil this turn. This time targeting Gemstone Caverns. Alright. Begin our next turn. Draw a bunch of cards. Jace. Jace 0. Let's see if we can draw a land so we can attack this turn. We do. So let's fetch. Let's get a regular one. Let's Time Warp ourselves. And then we'll attack them for 6. Alright, so we hit them for 6. Move to our next turn. We're going to discard another Jace. Draw 3 cards. Trigger. Oh, and that's right. We couldn't put... So let's do this for 5. So they are now deterministically dead because we can attack them this turn and next turn. But because they want to run down our clock a little bit, which again is reasonable, especially in these control mirrors, but we do have them dead with this attack. Who said Gemstone Caverns never killed anyone? Alright. Let's begin sideboarding. I think these ley lines actually come in. I think these Commandeers do too. They're kind of a planeswalker-y control thing. Most of our things actually seem pretty good against them. Maybe we don't want ley lines. It's shown they have discard though. Keep in 2 Serum Visions. And if we regret this, we can always change it up game 3. If our opponent just rips our hands to shreds with discard, we'll know. We're gonna go ahead and keep this. It's essentially kind of a control mirror, and we have our first 5 land drops covered plus a Dictate. So we don't have Force of Negation, so we get to yield through their first turn. Looks like they will start with the discard spell. They can Dictate. See if we can avoid drawing more lands. That's a good one to hide that we have, that's for sure. So I don't really know what the opponent could have on 2. Like, they can't cast a run in 6, we'd want a Force of Negation. But the fact that we have Force of Negation, maybe Bitter Blossom? Are you playing Bitter Blossom, opponent? Elective Brutality. We just let this resolve because having to pitch to take it away doesn't make it any better. Opponent takes away Force of Negation, which seems reasonable. Snapcaster Mage. Let's go ahead and place Flooded Strand and pass. This is just going to fetch for an island. I'm kind of hoping to draw a Dictate or a Narset off the top here. Ooh, they do have Astrolabe. Okay, that resolves. So opponent now has perfect mana. Astrolabe's powerful like that. Wow. Alright, so I don't think we just flash in Snapcaster Mage here. There's no way that Snapcaster Mage goes the distance. I lied. We're kind of far behind here. I'm just going to flash in the Snapcaster Mage's Ambush Viper and start attacking. Stringing together a few extra turn effects is all it will take for us to be able to get there with Snapcaster, so let's see what we can do. We're probably walking right into a Leyline of minus, but not much we can do about that. Waddle also blocks us pretty well. Yep. That's fine. If the opponent has anything else to do this turn. Does have Death Touch. I think we'll still swing with the Snapcaster Mage every turn. Getting them to 18 there does make it only 3 attacks with a the Awaken card. Part the Waterveil. Part the Waterveil. See what we got here. Opponent casts. Ooh, they're killing this and taking away your Time Warp. Well, that's fine. We can literally put Time Warp back on top of our deck, so... We want to draw Dictate here first, though. Dictate would just be beautiful to draw here. Dictate of Kruphix, Narset. I'm not one to complain, so I'm fine with this. See what we're remanding. I mean, at the same time, we're hoping it's a big spell. We're hoping it's no spell at all, and that they just have lands. Because I'm not sure we can beat things at the moment. Oh no, opponent has things. So we're going to cast our spell that gets hit by Remand, hoping to draw into something that isn't Remand, hit by Inquisition. Well, that is hit by Inquisition, but we don't care because it trades 1 for 1. Let's draw into a Narset. Narset this turn looks pretty good. Jace looks even better. Alright, so let's go ahead and fetch here. Mystic Sanctuary on Time Warp, I guess. Yes. Play Jace, and then we're going to hope to hit a land that isn't Mystic Sanctuary. So let's draw 3 and put 2 back. So we did. Let's go ahead and put back in that order. Alright, so now I guess I still play this Mystic Sanctuary and target Force of Negation. And then say no. Alright, let's pass the turn. We're kind of set up here if our opponent doesn't top deck into something real good right here. Unfortunately, Astrolabe allows them to kind of cantrip into more. See what they have. Land. Uh-oh. Oh no! Okay, well that's gonna allow us Ice Fang to kill Jace. I'm sorry, it'll allow Astrolabe? Oh no, did they just animate the Summoning Sick one? They did. Wow, that is such a break for us. Okay, so they don't get to kill Jace this turn, which is insane. Untapping plus a Jace is going to be big game here. Change control of target artifact or creature. Just making sure it's not planeswalkers. Alright, let's have a miracle happen. Oh look, it happened. Yep. Cast it. Zero this Jace. Draw 3, put 2 back. Cryptic Command. Polluted Delta, I guess. Play Island, play Narset. Minus Narset. Grabbing Cryptic. And pass to our next turn. So we untap. So we start with a Narset. Darn, shame we didn't get a Days Undoing. Alright, so before we do that, let's go ahead and zero this Jace. See if we can get a fetch land. We did not, but we got some good ones, that's for sure. Let's put double Cryptic Command back on top. Play this, tap 5, take an extra turn. Alright, go to our next turn. Draw, then we're going to zero this Jace, draw a couple more. Mystic Sanctuary this time, that's for sure. Woohoo! Alright, so Mystic Sanctuary is going to target Time Warp. Yes, putting it on top. We're going to naturally Time Warp. And then there's no need to use this Narset, but we will play it this turn for mana efficiency. Because we already know we want the top card of our life. So let's untap, upkeep, draw. Zero this Jace. Put back double Cryptic. Play Gemstone Caverns. So that's 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Opponent had no cards in hand, so there's no reason not to just cast this with Awaken. Alright. So let's go ahead and... Is this a concession lockup? Nope. Opponent is not conceding. Okay. That's fair. It's their right. So let's go ahead and grab this Dictate, move to our next turn. During our upkeep, flash in this Dictate. Alright, that'll be good enough. Alright, so we're 2-1 going into game 4 in this league. Let's go ahead and hop on over to this. You are still recording, right? 2-1 going into match 4 of this league with taking turns in Modern. Alright, let's join a match. Clockwork Dean is our opponent this round. This is on the low end of keepable, but we are going to keep this. Our ideal Serum Visions reveals either a Narset or a Jace in it, plus at least one other land. Looks like our opponent is an Astrolabe deck. So we should have gone with Snow-Covered Islands as well to mask that we're not an Astrolabe deck. The Force of Negation is really good though to pair with Temporal Mastery. I mean, I think I'm just in for both of these cards, so... Pass to this turn. Let's try off auto yields. We do have Force of Negation. We might want it. I think we win by cheesing our opponent out, so we're going to Force Negation that. And hope they don't have another land. You don't have another land, opponent? Ah, you do. You play a Mystic Sanctuary as well. Oh my god, are we playing the Mirror? That'd be so hot if we were playing the Mirror. Alright, I am going to go ahead and play this tapped, even though I'm pretty sure we have an island on top of our deck. See what the opponent does here. Ideally, we resolve Dictate into Cryptic. Non-zero chance for playing the mirror here, which is kind of funny. Okay, draw step. No click. I'm gonna pass through our turn. But I have an action to take. If they crack this Flooded Strand, we'll probably turn off auto yields because we don't want to get this dictate taken by a click. I'm actually going to turn them off now since the opponent's waiting at our beginning of combat for some reason. Looking like they're going through a turn. Any effects during my end step? Alright. Coatl's fine. Okay. Wonder if they're the Soul Herder deck. If so, it looks like that early spell or early interaction may have been exactly what we were looking for. If we were able to keep them off their lands in an awkward manner. So we're gonna take one here. And end of turn, we're gonna really hard hope that they don't have a spell pierce or a spell queller, and this dictate resolves. So let's see if hoping works. Hope does not look like hope's resolving. This is our hope right here. Dictate of Kruphix is our hope. It resolved. Wow. All right. Well, now we get to draw some extra cards. I think we're just playing an island here and passing the turn. Opponent's probably gonna flash another Coatl. We don't really care about that though. It's a good thing we don't run more of these, otherwise we might accidentally draw them. Instead we put 4 Narsets in our deck. We're hoping to find those. This is our opponent's favorite place to pause is our beginning of combat step. Maybe they don't realize they have a stop step there, so they're very confused as to why we keep pausing at their beginning of combat step. That would make some sense. Good news is we're gaining some precious minutes on the clock, as this deck does tend to take a little bit to actually combo kill the opponent. Alright, let's go to the end step. Find out what the opponent's gonna do. Maybe nothing. It is nothing. So you get to draw an additional card here. See if they try and resolve anything big. If not, end of turn, we probably will just Cryptic Command, bounce a temple card, and draw a card. Pausing at blockers. See what we got here. Been tanking on the blocks. I mean, there's a chance my opponent's a Cryptic Command deck too, but we can't take them off that with it. Astrolaben. Alright, so end step. Here's a Cryptic. Turn target permanent, draw a card. See what we draw. Just another land that is not exactly ideal. So we get to draw an additional card here. Is it a Jace? I'd like it to be a Jace. One extra turn effect we can actually cast. That'd be pretty good. I think that'd be very good. We're looking for an extra turn effect we can actually cast. Time Warp. Time Warp is the draw we want. We're gonna win the game off clock if the opponent keeps pausing so much. Which, I mean, not our ideal way to win, but we're not gonna complain either. Part is so close to a castable one. I think I'm going to play the Delta here and pass. And remand most of their plays that they would do. Like that one we don't care about. They can draw a card. See if they have anything else to do. Have an extra card opponent. So we're taking 2 here. And let's see if the opponent casts anything. Nope. Go ahead and fetch Mystic Sanctuary and take this Cryptic Command then. If the opponent responds to this fetch. We're doing this on their turn even though Mystic Sanctuary will enter tap because we want to provoke action on their turn. So Mystic Sanctuary. Targeting Cryptic, so you know we'll have a Cryptic next turn, opponent. Is there anything you want to do this turn? Look like it. Yep. Well, let's see what we get here. Cryptic and Dictate. Dictate, huh? Alright, let's pass the turn. We have to draw an additional card here. Gonna attack us to 13. We don't really care about that. Alright, looks like we're gonna be able to end the turn Dictate. See if the opponent shocks us in. Do. Okay, opponent, what do you have? Astrolabe, huh? We're gonna go ahead and remand this. They're likely just gonna recast it. Yep. See if they commit anything else this turn. Doesn't look like it, so we're gonna go with an end turn Dictate. And then move to our turn. Opponent's going to clean up, which kind of negates the advantage of these Dictates, that's for sure. So we're always going to yield to those. Unfortunately, we do Temporal Mastery second. Go ahead and fetch here. Opponent's definitely holding up Cryptic Command, potentially. We're just going to get a regular island. And we're just going to take another swing. Let's see if this resolves. If not, we're not actually tapped out. We have Force of Negation as well. Looks like the opponent does, so we're going to pass turn to them. Alright, so we still have double Dictate down, so we're pretty happy with that. Additionally, opponent might feel this is the turn to go for it. if they have any big spells. They have a lot of lands in play. Maybe opponent feels that they just have enough pressure already that they can just win the game. Seems to be. Draw 3 cards. This Sanctuary is okay. Let's go ahead and play just Gemstone Caverns. We're going to play Jace with Cryptic Command as backup. Snapcaster Mage. Opponent has Force of Negation in their graveyard. I really don't want them to have Snapcaster Mage though. So just counter this and draw a card. They probably still have a hand that beats this Jace. I knew we had this Cryptic, so this should be no surprise to them. We can't fight with Force of Negation on our turn. Alright, looks like a chance we get this Jace down. That's pretty good for us. Alright, so let's 0 this. And that guarantees we'll be able to Temporal Mastery next turn, which is pretty good. Temporal Mastery and Time Warp is pretty good. So we have these dictates already. Let's put back Days Undoing, Temporal Mastery. And then pass to the turn. We're going to get rid of Flooded Strand Remand here, I think. Okay, opponent, what have you got? You get a bunch of extra cards. Alright, we're countering an Oko. We've been through this before. It makes it where one of these can kill a Jace. That's fine. Nope. Alright, so one of these is going to be able to kill Jace. Good news is Jace has kind of already set up what he needs to set up. Ooh, second Oko just to get the pressure on. I like it. Like the cut of your jib, opponent. Oh, just putting us to 2. Well, that's terrifying. Yep. So we're going to go ahead and miracle this. Which hopefully putting 2 turns in the bank this turn will be enough. So let's go ahead and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Time Warp, target us. Mystic Sanctuary, target Time Warp. Yes. 0 this Jace. Alright, the 2 we're going to put back are the 2 Cryptic Commands. And pass to our next turn. We're going to dictate here. We're going to draw. Alright, and we go infinite here with Meloku if we want. But I think we're just going to Time Warp here. Uptick Jace. Nope. And pass the turn. And then next turn we get to part the Waterveil. So. Yes. Alright, so we don't have to necessarily cast this. So 6, 7, 8, 9. We're not going to cast this turn. No. Okay. So we're going to 6, 7, 8, 9. We're going to part the Waterveil, cast with Awaken on Gemstone Caverns. And now we just get to uptick here. Nope. Fetch. Grab Mystic Sanctuary. Guarantee that we draw a Time Warp next turn. Yes, so now we're at 1. We win a lot of games with this deck at 1, that's for sure. So it's going to take 3 attacks to kill them. Here's the first. Alright, opponent concedes. So I have no idea what the opponent's doing. I'm so confused. I think I want these Commandeers. I think I want to keep him Meloku in this one. I think 2 Serum Visions is probably fine to cut. These Spell Piercers probably are also upgrades over these other Serum Visions, so let's go with that. I'm going to use the restroom real quick. I hopefully will be back before our opponent finishes boarding. Alright, not quite, but it looks like I come back to a mulligan. And this hand's a keep. I guess Time Warp is the bottom. Alright. We're going to lead on Island, Mystic Sanctuary, Island. Drew Time Warp anyways, nice. So we're hoping to draw a land, but we get to dictate before that happens, so that's kind of nice. Let's go to our turn. Alright. Unfortunate the Mystic Sanctuary is a tapped island there, of course, so we're going to turn off auto yield. So opponent's probably just going to flash in the 1/1. We don't really care about that still. My opponent's just fetching. See if they have Teferi here. We'll Spell Pierce a Teferi any day of the week. What do you have, opponent? Hey look, it's the spell that I want to cast this thing on. Alright, let's go to our turn. Yes, we would love to miracle a Temporal Mastery. So, it doesn't really get us too far ahead this turn, but it does get us an extra draw step in, which is pretty good. And now we get to resolve this Jace on an empty board. That's pretty darn good. Let's draw 3, put 2 back. We're going to put back Meloku and Remand. Are we looking at a Meloku combo in 2 turns? Looks like it. I know what the opponent casts this turn. Shocks. Plays Astrolabe. That resolves. Looks like it's going to be an Oko to make that a 3/3. Yep, it is an Oko. Yep. 3/3 that's summoning is sick. Our turn. Draw Meloku. Oh no, it's stack them backwards. So I still get to take it. Meloku, please, thank you. Put back these 2. Fetch. Grab just an island. Cast Time Warp targeting ourselves. And Meloku is also a 2/4. Alright, so this can stop our Meloku from being able to do stuff, so we don't like that very much. Let's go ahead and go to our next turn. Let's draw here. Notice it's pretty good. So, start with Jace. We do Time Warp there, that's pretty good. So let's put both these back. Play an island. Play Time Warp targeting us. Move to our next turn. Draw. 0 Jace. Put back Dictate. Dictate land, I guess. Play fetch land. Fetch. Mystic Sanctuary targeting Time Warp. Yes. So, if only there's a 0 mana spell to counter right now, right? If we get Meloku down, they just turn it into an Elk or whatever, so let's go ahead and do this. Grab a Time Warp. And pass through to our opponent's turn. They're going to kill Jace here. Alright, creates a food token. Maybe we could cast Meloku as a blocker to keep our Jace around, but I think this is fine. Aura of Silence, let's see. Ooh, interesting. I don't think I want to remand that. So I guess we just cast Dictate in response, and then Spell Pierce it to tap them down. So that seems fine. Alright, let's go to our next turn. Yep. Okay. Yep. So we have one extra turn in the bank. So we cast our Meloku this turn. We grab Commandeer, I guess. Go to our next turn. Draw. Cast Time Warp on ourselves. Meloku. Create a 1/1, Mystic Sanctuary. Targeting Time Warp. Alright, we got it. We have the win. Yes! Oh my god, we have the Meloku lock win. So finally, we justified Meloku being in the deck. We're 3-1 going into the final match. I'm so excited for how this Turns League has gone so far. Let's see how it goes in this final match. Yeah. Alright, let's find out who our last opponent is. We won the die roll. I think this is a mulligan, even though it has a lot of the cards we like to see. This is also a mulligan. We will be going to 5. A little unfortunate, but we'll be going to 4. We will keep. So our 4 is definitely going to be these cards. So there's a chance we don't show what we're on, like if our opponent's on burn. We'll just sideboard in ley lines and not let them know. Looks like the opponent is on Storm or Phoenix. Let's not crack this. Let's pass the turn. looks like Storm. So we're just going to pass through this turn. Alright, well somehow we're looking at a turn 4 Jace with after we remand, so I'm glad we kept playing, even though I'm feeling a little dejected after a Mold of 4, not gonna lie. If you'd think that any of those mulligans might have been incorrect, please leave a comment down below. Alright, let's just go ahead and draw here. That's fine. Let's fetch. Island, fetch. Island, fetch. Island, Mystic Sanctuary, Jace. We're hoping to draw into Force of Negation here. They may also just have Remand. They don't. We're going to draw 3 and put 2 back here. Double Temporal Mastery are pretty good putbacks. If we survive till our next turn, there's a chance we get to run away with the game. So let's find out. That is not the start of a turn that you survive. It's Morphosing. Storm's a terrible matchup. It's a little sad that we have to show what we're on. I guess technically at this point, we do look like blue-white control. Probably cast Past in Flames. Is it not? Do they not have a deterministic kill, or is it going to be a Grape Shot Remand Grape Shot deal? Let's find out. Alright, opponent's sculpting their hand. 3 red floating, 5 red floating. Looks like Remand, Grape Shot, Remand, Grape Shot. Maybe. They're going for it. That looks pretty good for us so far. We're hoping not to be dead. Them continuing to ritual is not good news for us, though. They have us dead. I wish they'd kill us. Please. Please, opponent, have a heart. If you have us dead, kill us. If you don't, pass your turn, please. Additional brawl. It's more bad news for us. Past in Flames again for that Ritual Manamorphose, sure. Alright, you have to show me Remand 2, opponent. Oh no, Storm count 18. You don't have to show me Remand 2. That's pretty hot. Sorry. Wow. Alright, sure. So these ley lines come in. Spell Piercers probably come in. Commandeers, I guess? Stealing Gifts Ungiven seems hot. Alright, what come out? Probably Meloku. I don't picture that really happening. A Temporal Mastery for the Serum Visions, definitely. Cool thing is we also get to protect Leyline with actual counter magic. I'm gonna leave Snapcaster in so that we have ways to win the game. I lied. They have a 1-3 or whatever. And Cryptic Command's pretty slow against them. We're bringing in Spell Piercers. I think this is fine. We'll be on the play. Leyline. 10 to keep. Let's pregame this Leyline. Play Mystic Sanctuary and pass. We don't really want to see goblins either. Let's see. We're going to play that tapped because we want this Polluted Delta to go get an island. A little sad that we burned through 2 Mystic Sanctuaries already, but that's fine. I think I Spell Pierce that one. Okay. An untapped land passes. Alright, we're gonna make their life a little more difficult with this Narset. So they're gonna opt in response, which they don't have to. Op still works afterwards. And let's go ahead and look at the top 4 cards and see what we get. Jace the Mind Sculptor, don't mind if I do. Alright, so now I don't dictate during my draw step. Because, well... Do I? I actually think the line is I do dictate during my draw step to give myself double the chance at drawing a land, because Jace will smooth me right into this time warp, so yeah. All resolves. Hopefully the opponent can't just kill us from this point. Especially with an Narset in play. If they can, holy shit. Oh my god. Well, that's a desperate ritual. They couldn't draw a card off Manamorphose. That's pieces of the puzzle. Reveals Grape Shot, Past in Flames, Aria, Pyretic, pieces of the puzzle. Okay, so they can take the Grape Shot and not be... They used all their red? They did use all their red, right? Yes. So they don't have... Oh no, they have a red left. Okay, so they're going to grab Grape Shot probably and kill this Narset. Pyretic Ritual. Opponent Echoing Truth's Narset. Interesting. They must have, I was going to say, Past in Flames here. So they're going to be able to also bounce Leyline. Okay. Flashing back pieces of the puzzle is pretty good. Takes Grape Shot and Remand. That's the game. Oh, wait. Show me that you can make a blue opponent. From your graveyard. Oh, you also have one in your hand. Alright, well played. So, unfortunately, we only ended 3-2 with this league, but hopefully you enjoyed watching turns. If you would like to see more content like this, hit the like button down below, hit the subscribe button, and definitely leave a comment if there's a video that you would like to see posted. Thanks so much. Have an awesome day.